What's up? I just felt like laying in bed doing this video. Like right after I hit stop on the record, I'm just gonna get up and jump in the shower. I just felt more comfortable just laying in the bed. I had my air condition on, basically too cold where it's cold in here, so I just recently just turned it off. So I'm kind of like just under the covers and stuff. But anyways, I've talked about this before, and I talk about it like I've talking about it now. No one that I know in the real world cares about blackface. It doesn't really offend them, and but if you want to find someone that's offended by it, that's like searching through social media. You're always going to find someone offended by something, and you're just going to find mostly just a bunch of single dudes. And sorry if you see peanut butter on my face. Sometimes I get me a little spoon peanut butter, after my workout. Just, I get a little, that's my little cheat, or sometimes a chocolate chip cookie one. So, so I don't know this guy's name, and I don't even know the girl that they supposedly he was making fun of. But to my understanding is this black guy. I think I've seen him before. He played like I think like a redneckish, kind of a fat guy or something, and then I guess now he does conservative woman or something like that. And they're trying to say he's mocking the woman that who husband racist husband that died. And no, he's just making fun of conservative women, and because honestly, I gotta be really honest with you. Uh, there's been a lot of videos of him looking like a lot of the conservative women. Like they have the exact same face. It is so weird. Like I'm too lazy to post some of these videos, but they have the exact same face, and they of course all a lot of the right wings, and I kind of want to say all, but I don't like to use the word all, but right wing conservative people, they all talk the exact same. Even though I just recently just say all, but yeah, it's just it's just so it's not that hard. So I ran into this thing about Jake Paul talking about it. It was on World Star when I first saw it. I couldn't finish it. I'm not a person like I'll say this real quickly before I get started that gets annoyed by Jake Paul. I have never really listened to him. I always saw him to be stupid, and that's really it. And normally, if I see someone to be stupid, they are stupid. There's never been a case that I can, think someone's stupid within a few seconds and be like, "Oh, this person actually turned out to be smart." No, that doesn't happen. That does not happen. So, yeah. So, and my understanding, Jake Paul and Logan Paul are supposed to be hated. I have never watched the show. I actually don't even know what they do on YouTube. I only heard about small things about Logan Paul filming a place where people commit suicide. Don't know if it's in China, Japan, I don't know where. And I honestly felt nothing wrong with it because I felt like, oh, it's interesting to know because I would have never known. That's something to know that there's a place that people go to commit suicide. Interesting to know. Like, why would that? I understand he's filming a dead body, but still, proof. But I never had like supposed to be hating because social media told you you're supposed to hate them. Like I said, yeah, you can look up Meghan and Harry, and there would be a video uploaded within an hour of somebody whining about Meghan and Harry. I never got into that single stuff, but Jake Paul talked about a few times. Where I think the last thing I talked about was, I don't care for him, but I give him props for fighting someone that big because I would fight Jake Paul, but the guy he was fighting, I was like, hell no. Just looking at him, just before they even fight, I would have been like, nah, I think I'm good. So the clip I saw with Jake Paul and World Star talking about, man, now he wish he can like try something like that. Let's say Jake Paul is ignorant. He's dumb as shit. So racist people, they don't really think very well, and they'll think, when they always because the first thing popped in my head what I'm trying to get to is they're thinking of something like really wrong. They're thinking of something that just like there's no comedy in it. Like I talk about right wing stand up comedy. I think his name is Rob. The guy does the hot chick Rob Snyder or something like that. Like or Joe Rogan. Their comedy is like I saw a Mexican and I wanted to deport him. And that's it. Like they're just saying the lines. And I talk about that in a different video where they're just saying the line like they're just talking, but there's no punchline. They're just saying something like, man, this Mexican, he served me some food. And I was like, I'm going to deport you. And that's the comedy. And Joe Rogan already talked about him. It's like, man, if I talk about male, people start laughing. But if I start talking about female, people lose their mind. I'm like, what are you talking about? So racist comedy, racists when they think they're know what comedy is because they're just ignorant as shit. Is when he said he wants to do it. First thing I'm like, who are you talking about? Because the only thing I'm thinking is what you're talking about is doing a stereotype, put gay like gold chains around your neck, pants hanging down, grabbing your penis. I don't know what other stereotype I can think of. Maybe even have some chick in your hand or something, and like walk around the street. And I'm like, and you think, well, this person gets away with it. I mean, why can I? That's the stupidity of because the thing is to get on to next step is because I don't want to hang on to that, but that is most likely going to be the outcome when it comes from people with Jake Paul's mind that is very ignorant because like I said he's dumb at responding to things. I talked about him during the video where I just said he's just dumb at knowing how to respond to things. I think my cat's coming in the video. My cat wants to be a part of that. I think we'll see. Hello, Katie. Hello. Cat said, "What's up?" and started scratching herself. But anyways, so but my first thing in my mind was like, who? Like there's no one with that I know of color of, and I know you're thinking, exactly blacks. That any other color you can come up with, Asian, anything, but racists they have this mind as only people that exist in towards black and white, even though they have some focus on Mexicans and Muslims now. But that only has been around when Trump comes in office. When Trump's in office, this person speaks Spanish, speaks some English, and then when he leaves office, Biden takes over. You don't hear about it anymore. But anyways, so I'm like, who? Who are you talking about? I don't know anyone else. I know that right now is acting crazy. You talking about like all I can think of is before hitting this video, it's like you gonna like betray P Diddy because that's the only thing is like, are you gonna like put on blackface and start beating up someone in the hotel? Like, and the thing is that I was getting to, they'll try to think of something like violence, something that is just like not even comedy at all. It's just something like a stereotype or something. And yeah, so and shit, all I can think is that I would love for him to try that, and I would love to see a good outcome come out of that too. What outcome I'm talking about, and even if it's death, it'd be great. It'd be funny to laugh at. But yeah, so I did say a video made me want to do it. A guy was talking about, well, you can't do that. I think I actually got bored because I didn't care, but it almost seemed like he was getting to because the way blackface was used back then. That's just a dumb thing. Honestly, how I usually talk about this is no one that I know has any problem with the white chicks, and no one actually has a problem with Tropic Thunder. If they made another Tropic Thunder, I'm pretty sure it'd be just fine. People would be like, okay. Of course, the internet's more evolved where you'll have these what do you call it, right wing and conservative people trying to say these people are whining, and there's no videos of people whining about it. For some reason, they want to believe that there's like they'll say these liberals, these woke people are whining, and it's only them talking about it. Uh, but I'll say one more thing's like a difference with this guy, what he did of making fun of a certain woman. It's kind of like, white chicks. White chicks, it's titled White Chicks because it's a good title, but really what they're making fun of is chicks because they call it white chicks because they turn themselves into white chicks. But is there like any other females that, and sure, white chicks are things that they made fun of that no other female goes through or does? No. The only one that was resemble of is when they couldn't say the word nigga or something, and then they start saying it together, say my nigga. But anything else is just like it was just making fun of chicks, but they become white chicks. So they would have titled it like this is something that the Wayans brothers didn't tell me. It's just common sense. They're not going to just title it chicks. It just sounds dumb, So you need a good title. But if someone like Jake Paul would be like black guys or something, and he was like, hope I can put my finger here without stopping the video. He like walk around with his hand going like this, and kind of stereotype, going like around his penis. You can't really see me do it, just trying to act all stupid and be like, I hope the karma comes really soon and I'm going to enjoy it, of you see yourself outside. But, the people like that, they try to hang around people like them. That's why they get all, they feel empowered when at these Trump protests. They feel empowered, but you put them around other people, they straighten up. They straighten up because a lot of these Trump's protests, I don't see anyone yelling at anyone saying out, go back to where you came from. But you come over here and say that because you feel safe over there, like I said. That's why I do it through live. Someone wants to chalk hard inside their car, but as long as they're in the car, they feel safe. And I've seen that so many times. Anyways, I gotta go. But that's the thing about Jake Paul. I saw some videos talking about it. I just didn't care. Because they were like talking like, oh, he is going to do it or something, and I don't get into that, clickbait, not really clickbait, but what is it about trying to get you angry of something that hasn't happened, but they want you. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I just randomly ran to a video was trying to say the woman that who racist husband got shot in the neck, that she's gripping off of him. They that she's suing that guy, and that was nothing ever came out about that. They're trying to say now she's so triggered, she's suing him, and I think Trump said she should sue him, but I don't think there's ever been anything like that came out that says she is. So that was just trying to raise bait you into things that aren't true, and it was I gotta go. But the whole point of, when Jake Paul said that, when I first heard it on World Star, I was like, who? Because I already know the outcome of what your little tiny brain is thinking of and kind of want you to do it because I'm pretty sure that you're hate enough that you won't make it in a month unless you're like hiding with your certain group that talks about this in the ignorant shit. And one more thing before I go, I talk about it all the time. You ever notice how people like that always have to go around the other ignorant people to do their interviews? You ever notice that? They can't go around and talk to any old person. They have to be in that one side, like, Candace Owens. Like this, she has to talk to the same people that's supposed to agree with her over and over again. Because when they try to go with something like Trevor Noah or something like that, one blonde girl that had to run to Fox News and they fired her because she did so bad on the Daily Show, got destroyed, talking about I don't see color. I forgot how. Oh yeah, how she couldn't. Okay, I don't feel like getting into that, but she kept being destroyed and destroyed. But yeah, they stick to a certain area, a side or whatever of the ignorance because they get destroyed every single time. All right, peace. I gotta go.